Nowadays, it seems everyone wants to be cynical and hate everything and each other. I would know because I was the same way. I was a self-proclaimed hater. Ironically, it was my cynicism that made me cynical of everyone else's cynicism. I learned quickly the only way to be happy in the modern world is to adapt to optimistic mindset. That begs the question, what is optimism? Optimism is not saying there are no problems in the world or that you should ignore any problems. Optimism, at least how I would define it, is looking at the good parts of the world and finding joy and hope in them, and looking at the bad parts of the world and trying to fix them. On the contrary, pessimism would be ignoring the good parts of the world and focusing on the bad, screaming how helpless we are and there's nothing we can do. You gotta get that rare 1% SpongeBob mindset. Disclaimer, I'm not a therapist, I'm only 22, I really don't know anything. I do believe that if you follow these steps, it will improve your outlook on the world. As corny as it sounds, sometimes we just gotta stop and smell the roses. There are so many beautiful things in this world we just take for granted. You gotta start appreciating the things around us. Look at this sunset, bro. Look at this mountain. Look at this dog. You still think the world is all evil? Look at these buildings, bro. These things were planned intensively by some of the smartest people on planet Earth. Someone made cookie dough ice cream. Someone made Baja Blast. You ever had the nacho fries at Taco Bell? It's enough to make a grown man cry. We're blessed to live in the same world as pepperoni pizza and LeBron James. Some of the best moments in life are the smallest. Ever had late night heartfelt conversations with the homies? Staying up till 3 a.m. playing Minecraft? Just riding in the car with your friends can cause some of the most legendary moments in your life. Bro, don't be afraid to be cringe. Be corny, bro. Enjoy cringe things. I'm always going to be the one who enjoys cringy stuff because if it's fun, then I'm having fun. If you spend your whole life hating things, bro, you're going to be a miserable person. In life, generally, you should be more lighthearted. There are times you got to lock in and be serious, but usually life is not as serious as you make it out to be. You watching this video, I just want you to know I love you. I mean it. Not romantically, but like a brother or a friend. I love everyone on this earth, actually. My heart is overflowing with love. Think about it. How much better would it be if everyone was your friend than it is to harbor hate in your heart? I can confidently say there is no one in this world that I hate, and I don't think anyone hates me. If you want to be loved, which I think everyone on this earth does, then you must love others first. To quote my GOAT, Jesus Christ, there's no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. Part of loving others is just being a good homie. Hype your boys up, celebrate your friends and family for their accomplishments. Buy your homie some dinners or even a surprise gift. Help a friend when they're down. Check in on your friends early. If one of my boys goes down, then we're going down together. This should not just apply just to your closest friends and family. This should be for anyone. Buy that homeless man some McDonald's. Be a voice for him to talk to. Do random acts of kindness with nothing expected in return. Compliment a stranger. There's nothing better in this world than making someone else smile. I just want to be everybody's homie. A lot of people think there is no one in their life that loves them, but 99% of the time that's not true. Whether it be family or friends, there are more people who love you than you think. If you want someone to be your homie and talk to you, bro, I'll do it. This is my Discord, bro. Just hit me up. It's never worth it to lose a friend over a grudge or some stupid drama. Even if you're 100% convinced you're right, which you're probably not, losing your pride is worth keeping a friend. Don't judge someone off their worst moments. In fact, you shouldn't judge anyone. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being a human. It seems everyone wants to judge someone off their worst decision, and that isn't who the person is 99% of the time. There are some exceptions to this. Obviously, you should cut someone off who is a danger to you or shows repeated, unremorseful, harmful actions. But what I'm trying to say is everyone looks bad when you judge them at their worst moments, myself included. Trust me when I say even the people you consider the best, kindest in this world have skeletons in their closet. Again, quoting my GOAT, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. The context is the Jewish leaders were about to stone a woman for adultery. In fact, if you haven't read it, a good majority of the New Testament is about loving others or forgiving. A lot of people these days are just focused on getting revenge. It's never worth it. Just be the bigger person. Forgive the person who wronged you. Gossip, drama, talking bad about others just breeds hate in your heart. Also, forgiveness is a two-way street. If you messed up, own up to it. Genuinely apologize and actually stop what you were doing. A lot of issues we encounter in our life are actually pretty inconsequential in the big scheme of things. When you run into a problem that's causing you stress, think, will this still be a problem in a week, a month, a year? Will you even remember this? That's not saying every problem in your life you can just ignore, but it's important to keep your stressors into focus. There's a quote I quite like from the Dalai Lama. If a problem is fixable, if a situation is such that you can do something about it, then there is no need to worry. But if it's not fixable, and there is no help in worrying, there's no benefit in worrying whatsoever. Someone cut you off in traffic? No worth getting mad at it. All the damage is already done. Stressful day at work? You're gonna forget about it as soon as you get home. There's nothing you can do to change the past. Time machines are science fiction and will never exist. What happened has happened, and there's nothing anyone can do to change it. What you can do is change your present and future. Learn from your mistakes and make amends. Time heals all wounds. Mike Ehrmantraut explains this a lot better in Better Call Saul, so I'll just let him take it away.
One day you're gonna wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're gonna realize you haven't thought about it. None of it. And that's the moment you realize you can forget. When you know that's possible, it all gets easier.
A little bit of healthy nostalgia is fine at times, but the past shouldn't consume you so much that you forget to focus on the present. Also, a lot of people think about the bad memories, but don't remember all their accomplishments or everything they had to overcome to get where they are. Humanity has gone through so many trials and tragedies and has come out better on the other side. The indomitable human spirit truly overcomes all. I find the phrase "you are who you surround yourself with" to be very true. I'm white as vanilla pudding, but I've started to talk like I'm black because I spent a lot of time listening to rap and watching Flight Reacts. If you surround yourself with cynical doomers, you'll slowly start adapting their negative mindset. Am I saying you should cut out any of your depressed friends? No, absolutely not. I'm just saying be careful on who you let affect your views on the world and life. But on the flip side, surrounding yourself with good people can really improve your mindset. The way I developed this optimistic mindset is because I spent a lot of time with family and friends I admire who I consider to be as close to angels on earth as possible. It goes both ways too. You can leave your optimistic mindset on your homies by spending time with them. This applies to the media you consume too. There are so many edgy doomer shows out there nowadays. One show that particularly makes me angry is The Boys. Now, I used to love this show, but honestly, its cynicism has really rained on me. It is a pretty good show, but just taking a beloved, wholesome character and saying, let's make him evil, just is not that fresh anymore. I much prefer the original Superman that I loved as a kid. The story of an alien with the power to enslave humans, but surround himself with humanity and developed hope, love, and compassion, compared to Homelander, who's just on-the-nose Trump parody. No, not the Zack Snyder Superman, he's closer to Homelander. Give me the Captain America who represents integrity, bravery, and freedom. Give me the Spider-Man who represents sacrifice and selflessness. I love stories of underdog using pure willpower to overcome a much greater evil. I recently watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time since I was a little boy, and boy was it peak. First, I just want to say Tolkien is a goated writer, but also what I loved was the Fellowship represented everything great about the indomitable human spirit, hope and bravery, and used it to overcome an overwhelming force of evil.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you! That's my goal!
Recently, I've been watching Ryan Trahan's 50 States in 50 Days series. Not only has it been wildly entertaining, but I found Ryan and his wife Haley embody the optimism I've been describing this whole video. Also, they have raised an absurd amount of money for St. Jude, so shout out Ryan and Haley. If anything I've said in this video sounds radical, it's really not. It's really only extreme for the internet. Believe it or not, most people are good people and actually think like me. When you spend most of your time online, it breeds a cynical worldview. Most everyone on social media is so negative because that's what gets clicks and it gets pushed on the algorithms. Everyone on social media is mad at something. People in real life don't talk like this. We just live life. If you ever actually spent time talking to people, you realize people are a lot more like you than you would realize. The subgroup of people that your niche internet circle tells you to hate, turns out they are more like you than you realize. You think all black people are dogs? Turns out most of them are upstanding citizens just trying to live their life. Think all white people are racist? Turns out most of us believe in equality just like the rest of you. Think all immigrants are smuggling drugs? Just turns out most of them just want a better life for them and their family. I'll be honest, full transparency, I used to be a little bit sexist. Some might have even called me an incel. But then I started hanging around women and realized we have a lot more in common than I thought. Now me and the girls homies for real for real. I'm not saying you should not have any online friends, but you should have at least one real-life friend group. People who spend all their time online tend to be really out of touch with reality. You notice how you never see the good news on social media? Because the algorithm doesn't push it. The algorithm wants to keep you angry and cynical. This is definitely my most controversial point of the video, and I understand politics might be a little higher stakes to others compared to me, but I just want you to hear me out just a little bit. There's nothing that breeds hate, fear, and stress and separation like the current political climate. The propaganda machines are designed to get you angry and hate the other side. I could do a whole video about how mainstream media basically controls every single American narrative, but that's not what the focus of this video is right now. And there's really nothing you can do to change the political world. I mean, yeah, you can vote, but realistically, what election are you going to flip by casting one single vote? You can complain on Twitter, but what's that going to do? This goes back to the Dalai Lama quote from earlier. There's nothing I can do, so I'm just not going to worry about it. The less you engage with politics, the less it affects your life. Think about it, without people telling you what to be mad at, you won't be mad at anything. Is that ignorant of me? Yeah, probably. But I'd rather be ignorant and happy than aware and miserable. If you think that makes me a bad person, then fine. I'm a bad person. You got me. In my opinion, the healthiest way to engage with politics is to follow just enough to be able to confidently cast your vote, but just try to ignore it otherwise. If you must engage, then I urge you to consider compassion towards your opposition. Understand what the other side actually wants and believes. It may not seem like it from your point of view, but in most cases, with some exceptions, most people are not malicious with their views and genuinely believe they are doing the right thing. Both sides want to achieve the same goal, but just have different ideas on how to do it. Most people's views come from their circumstances of their upbringing and surroundings. Name calling and generalizing the other side does nothing to address the actual issues. The only way things are going to change in your life is you actually change them. No one is going to come into your life and do all the hard stuff for you. Go get a job, bro. Get in the gym, exercise, go to church, play a sport, join a club, talk to people. You will experience hope if you give yourself something to be hopeful about. Go hang out with your homies. If your boys invite you to hang out, don't blow them off. Trust me, you'll enjoy it much more than just staying home and watching YouTube alone. Have some fun, bro. Be a good person. Make a difference. Ask that girl out. I'm not saying be creepy and hit on random girls, but if there's a friend you have where you know it won't be too awkward, then just pull up like Curry. The chance at finding a future wife or husband is worth the risk of a few awkward moments. Trust me. You should wake up every day thinking of how you can make yourself a better person and the world a better place that day. In a world that wants you to hate, love instead.